All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's nice having Cohort 2 on this call. And also, aside Cohort 2, we have more students joining us this session. And this session is tagged Data Analysis Mini Project Presentation. Cohort 2 have been given a mini project to work on. And today is scheduled for each student to share their screen and walk us through their projects using PowerPoint slides in a way that each student gets to understand what they've done from this community. Good. And also, if you are prepared to present, kindly go to the in-call message, drop your names. Very, very important. Kindly drop your names. I'm going to be following the names on the chat box. Right there. Kindly drop your names. If I just joined this session, you're yet to drop your names. Cohort 2 who are prepared for this project, kindly drop your names. So I'm going to be calling those names from the chat box. Okay, so the first student we are having now is Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick, can you do well to unmute your mic, share your screen, and walk us through your projects? So let me check if you have the opportunity to do that from my end. Let me check. Can you share your screen? Do you have any issues sharing your screen?
The button isn't active.
Okay, now try it now. I've just activated it. So as Mr. Patrick is presenting, when he's done, Mr. Labi, kindly get to prepare. So that's it's wrapping up, making corrections. Let me take Mr. Labi. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Patrick, I cannot hear you. I don't know if you are speaking already.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Mr. Patrick, please do me a favor. Yes, can you share your entire screen? Exactly. Perfect. Good. So you can proceed.
All right. So good evening, everyone, and also a happy new month. My name is Patrick Chijagangaka, and I will be doing this mini presentation. So the title that I gave for this mini presentation is Lifestyle and Social Media Usage Survey Results from April to May of 2024. So as you can see, generally for this presentation, I decided to use the color orange because I felt that orange gave a more warm feel than, let's say, using something that would be more like, you know, more professional, like blue, or using, let's say, another color that may be loud. I feel like orange really matches, you know, basically the vibe of, you know, like lifestyle as well as like social media. So introduction. So this Excel document basically captures responses from a general survey aimed at understanding preferences, behaviors, and demographics of participants, including info such as, like, you know, gender, phone type, weekly data, spendings, social media use, and other related factors. So in terms of the problem statements, so the data that I got for this project, it was quite unclean. So the primary objective is to be able to, you know, clean this data and analyze it in order to uncover and identify trends, audience segments, and from that obtain actionable insights that can inform targeted market strategies and service optimization. Cleaning down to the data will also enable for better accuracy and readability in the decision-making process. So I went through a workflow which involved 6 steps, which involves data collection, data cleaning, insights and analysis, data visualization, recommendations, and finally conclusion. So the first step, data cleaning. We got the unclean data set, which, you know, we had to go through. There were a lot of errors, whether it's errors involving the spelling, improperly typed data, a lot of blanks, as well as also vague information, as well as even rubbish data that was inputted, and so many more issues that we needed that were that were that existed within the data and needed to be cleaned. So step two, that's where we get into the cleaning process, data cleaning. So first, like I applied like the proper trim function. As you can see, I also provided the specific like functions involved that were used, and then used the find and replace, which for shorthand is Control H, in order to clean like multiple columns. I use this for columns such as like the gender, phone type, how much was spent on data weekly, monthly income range, religion, favorite color. I also checked for blanks as well as missing values. I identified empty cells using filter in order to locate the blanks, and then use my discretion when comparing like these blank or vague cells to similar inputs. I also split the column which involved the most used social media apps, and then applied the first column in terms of this overall data set, and created a new column for the below 100K and above 100K for both monthly income and monthly expense. I also formatted, after I was done, I formatted the table to standard Excel worksheets. As you can see, I also showed, screenshots of basically at the above 100K and below 100K for both monthly income and monthly expenses. So in the end, this was my cleaned data set, which I got after also converting it into the standard Excel worksheet. And then the third step, insights and analysis. Analysis and insight based off of the cleaned data set. So I also, for each one, I also provided like the functions and equation that I use in order to obtain them. So I got like the average monthly income is about 262 naira, 262,299 naira. Average monthly savings about 64,714 naira. Average monthly saving, okay. Sorry, I guess I made a mistake over there. Average number of hours spent online is about 9.3 hours. Distribution was about 132 respondents. Religion, there was 2, Christian and Muslim specifically. Number of states identified were 27 for the different respondents. Sum of monthly income, the below 100K, was 2,683,501 naira. I used the sum if function in order to obtain it. I also used the sum if for sum of monthly income above 100K, which was about 31,939,999. Then for the number of below 100K monthly income respondents, in order to identify the number, I used the countif, which was about 56. And then for the above 100K monthly income respondents was 76. The top state was Lagos, and the most used app was WhatsApp. So in the end, this was my data visualization for April to May 2024 survey result. And I get that maybe it's not too clear, so I decided to do it another one. So as you can see, like for example, in the daily response trend, there was a huge spike from April 28th in order to April 29th. It was a bit steady, but there was a slight decrease between the 29th and the 30th, and then it went drastically down from April 30th to May 1st and then to May 2nd. Then went slightly upward again around May 3rd, but then went down again till May 5th. So for this for the slicers, I used states as well. I used phone types. So for phone types, there was Android, iOS, and then both. For gender distribution, for gender by distribution, in the end, Lagos was was the highest by a landslide in comparison to the other states. In terms of distribution by color, blue was the highest color, followed by black and then white. And in terms of the top states, but in terms of like using like the phone types, there were Lagos. The top 5 states were Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Oyo, Edo, and Ogun. Lagos being the highest as well, and Lagos also being the state that had respondents that had both Android and iOS. The font type by gender. So based off of what I found, there was in terms of iOS, women tend to have more of iOS, while the men tend to have more of Android. And the women were also the respondents who some had both Android and iOS. And in terms of distribution by phone type, I used the most used apps. The highest app, and that's I use a pie chart. The highest being WhatsApp, followed by Twitter, and then Instagram. Then distribution, age by distribution. In terms of iOS and Android, the highest age range was 26 to 35, followed by, then for specifically Android, it was followed by 36 and above. Meanwhile, for iOS, uh, people age range 18 to 25 were the second likely to have an iOS. Yeah, in terms of distribution by religion, this was one thing that it wasn't part of the questions, but I decided to add it as the 10th one, the extra. Distribution by religion, majority were Christian, which was 114, while only about 18 were Muslim. And then I did the monthly income by phone type, to which those who were above 100K tend to have more of Android than iOS. While people who were below 100K, there's a slight difference for both the iOS and Android. Also, people who had above 100K were more likely to have both phone types. And then there was monthly expenses by gender, which to which males were relatively even for both above and below 100K in terms of in terms of their expenses. While women, on the other hand, there was a major difference in expenses. More were below 100K in terms of that. So following that, there are the recommendations, which are also in the data visualization. So, oh yeah, and another thing, on top, as you can see, there's total distribution is 132. Number of states identified was 27. Phone types was iOS and Android. Average hours spent was 9.3 hours. Average monthly income was 262,299 naira. And the most used social media app was WhatsApp. So in terms of recommendations, like these were the recommendations that I made based off of the visuals. So firstly, focus on optimizing the focus on optimizing app development and digital services for Android devices, primarily, since they seem to be the highest in comparison to the iOS. Then I would say they should also invest in cross-platform development in order to enable both iOS and Android. Even though the Android was higher, there was still a significant amount of people who still liked iOS, and it would be a waste to just desert them. I would say that cross-platform development would help so that both not only apart from Android, the iOS would also receive some updates that would attract social media users. Then for weekly spenders, I would suggest plans and partnerships with premium data providers and affordable bundles for users who have lower data budgets. And finally, I will create value-based promotions and discounts for frequent users and market exclusive features to high-income users. And these were the limitations that I found that I believe were holding this overall survey back. So first one, data may not represent the broader population if the sample size is small or biased. There's a chance that even though, yes, we did have about like 132 people, but there's a chance that they may not necessarily represent, the overall perspective or interest of the broader population, especially if they have if they are aligned to certain ways of thinking. There's also no comparison to other external data sources. So as a result, that kind of limits the current survey. As such, insight may not generalize or even relate to the targeted audience or even the reality of the market as a whole. If the questions were somewhat ambiguous or vague, respondents may provide inconsistent answers, which can lead to which thereby limits and reduce reliability. Um, the questions, if let's say they were provided and the people didn't understand them, or they found it ambiguous as the respondents. Respondents would most probably not be able to provide a proper answer. Maybe that could even be the answer to some of them giving some vague or gibberish data. And finally, heavy self-reporting was involved, which generally is prone to inconsistencies, as it stems from dishonesty, exaggerations, and even, let's say, straight up misinterpretations. As a result, data may not reflect real opinions and may result in flawed outcomes. So the final step, conclusion. There's a conclusion to the project based off of everything. So the first one, data reveals like meaningful trends in demographic, phone types, spending habits, and also social media usage. So the pattern suggests that there are clear opportunities to target spending audience segments, like optimizing services for dominant platforms or tailoring campaigns to certain income brackets. It would also be strategic to leverage phone type preferences and spending patterns in order to guide marketing and product development. And developing offerings based off of financial and demographic data would significantly help in terms of attracting people within different financial backgrounds. And oh yes, and I also decided to give a final recommendation based off of everything. That's expanding the survey to include more behavioral and psychological insight may provide a better analysis than the one that was provided. So with all of that, that's the end of my presentation. I would like to thank everyone for taking time to listen to my presentation, and I hope you have a good evening.
Wow. Please, if you can give some virtual clap, I'm going to appreciate. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. This is awesome. Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
not like, what came to my mind is if you can do this now, like, this is mini project presentation. This is not the final. The final is still coming up, but this mini. If you can do this now, how is the final project presentation going to look like? Of course, it's going to be better than this. Thank you so much for putting all this. In fact, I've written a lot. Let me start from what I've written. Actually, I love the colors. Do you have questions, Mr. Mori, on this phrase? Okay. I love the color structure. I love the title. But let's go to the first. Let's go to the top. Let me quickly walk you through some points for correction. Good. So I love the colors. I love the title because the title really focuses on the data. Yes, it focuses on data, lifestyle and social media usage survey results from April to May 20. I love this title. It really focuses, and your name and the date the project was done or was completed was also. So it's a very, very good homepage for us. Not only that, I also love the presentation skill, the communication skill. I love the analysis you did, the slide you did. In fact, it's highly commended. I actually commend you on doing this great job. Yeah.
Thank you
So
so
what I have just few recommendations, but let me ship in something. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One of my colleagues is actually on this call, but let me tell you something. It's not actually a secret. After the corrections I'm going to walk you through, please do a 3 minute video and upload on your LinkedIn. Do a 3 minute video. So you can use any tool. You can use a screen recorder. You can use Zoom. Me, I don't always use Zoom. Just use Zoom, turn on your video, and then just do the recording. Just tell, oh, good evening, everybody, or good day, everybody. This is my project. Just 3 minutes. Wrap everything up in 3 minutes and just do what? Upload the video on your LinkedIn. Are you there? Good. Don't worry, it's going to stand out. It's going to stand out. And that's how I started. My colleague is here. I don't want to mention his name. And that's how we started. I was at an internship, and this is the same thing they told us. Do recording, post on your LinkedIn. I also did the same. Blindly, do I know that people are watching me, people are looking at me. And from there, I started getting a lot of recommendations. And also, even beyond the video, you can still put this slide, convert it to PDF, share it on LinkedIn, write one or two things around it. Are you there? Write one or two things around it. This is the problem statement. You can check my profile and check on previous project I've worked on. Just see the structure in which you can showcase your projects. Don't worry, somebody is looking out there for you. You may not know, and something great will happen. All right, so thank you so much. Now let's go to the corrections now, modification and corrections. So go to the next slide. Let's move to the next slide. I'll just quickly be fast around that. So the next slide, Mr. Patrick. Okay, good. So I love this. Yes. Now to the next slide. Now, this problem statement, we are now mentioning data cleaning done to the data will enable better accuracy. For me, please, you can just remove that second paragraph. The first one explains what you want to do. So you may not even tell them data cleaning, we do this, we enable, no. So it's not part of the problem statement. Are you there? It's not part of the problem statement. Good. So that's observation around that. So to the next slide. Okay, you can just press escape if you want to go back. Okay, so to the next slide again. I love this. To the next slide. Okay, now you are mentioning when you're presenting, you're mentioning rubbish. I actually understood you. The data is messy. The data is, yes, dirty and needs a lot of cleaning, and there's stress in it, yes. But when you're presenting to the management, your stakeholders, you don't necessarily need to tell them that this data is rubbish. They'll be like, are you there? It's not a good impression. And just tell the data is it will only be messy, and that's why we need analysts to help us clean the data so that the data will be usable. Yeah, and this one is still clean. If you get some data sets, but you can spend 2 days, 3 days on it. So sorry to ship in this also. My colleague is here. We've worked on a data set that 1 week, everybody is still struggling on that same data set. So the data set can be very, very messy. So don't use all this vague language when you're communicating to your stakeholders. So just tell them your data set is messy, needs a lot of cleaning, and I've been able to figure out that. So it shows like some level of confidence, and they see the value we are actually we are adding to the organization. All right, to the next slide. The next slide. Okay, now you mentioned data cleaning processes. Yes, let me trash that. Data cleaning process. You mentioned a whole lot. Yes, that's not the issue. But the issue here is you're like mentioning it like the way you did it. For me, you can revamp it in this sense. Now, let's say on the way I was teaching, I said like inconsistent values, we make it consistent. We reformat columns. So you can use those keywords. It sounds great. Now, there are some data set that you work with. The training may be more than this. But what if you use those processes? Oh, I reformatted this. I the like the language adds like more credibility to what you did, not just by telling them like the exact thing you did. It's not like you cannot tell them, but even look at this word formatted table to standard Excel worksheets. Yes, I love that. That really shows a lot of work you did. But nobody knew that you just press Control T and then enter, and then that's all. But I would have loved if you put all these things in shade by using those inconsistency, you reformatted this, you split this. So you don't really necessary to specify like in-depth on what you did. Now, when you might want to specify it, when you're now presenting, oh, this column was like this, so you can now really break it down. But on your slide, because this slide is just to provide them one or two things they need to know about what you did. So not like actual or 100% or like on what you did. So that's my assumption around this. The next slide. Yes, okay, the three data set. Now, one thing came to my mind when I saw this logo of Snapchat. My mind was like, is this slide speaking on Snapchat? Now, this is not like the only chart. I've seen like a lot of other social media logo, social media icon. I've seen a lot that have been like from previous slides. So, but one thing that just comes to my mind is whenever I see a logo, that logo like resonates something that, oh, do you want to talk on Snapchat? Like the previous one, do you want to talk on Instagram? Do you want to talk on Facebook? So it's like it's more specific. If I'm seeing maybe a bunch of logos, I will see that, oh, that's where you're coming from. But if you check the previous slide, check the next slide, check the next one again, they are like different logos. And one like my instinct was like, oh, maybe you want to explain something around this logo because this logo is a bit deviating my attention. That's me. Oh. So you two can also share your mind, but it's like I actually understood that you're trying to speak about social media. But if you have combined the logos together, like bunch of logos, I'm not, oh, we are still speaking around social media handles. But now I'm only seeing Snapchat, previous also. So those logo, each of these logos, speaks different. Are you there? Good. So you can move to the next slide. Yeah, come on to the next slide. So can you see this one? X. Do you want to talk about X, like Twitter? That's what came to my mind. Yeah, but looking at the Twitter logo, look at the so it's a bit distracting or deviating attention. So if I see the Snatter logo, the first thing that comes to my mind is, oh, we want to talk about which we are not really focusing on each of the social media handles. So you might just need to just draft out a general logo on all the slides so that these logos will not be deviating. Now, looking at analysis and insights based on clean data sets. Yes, I can see the lot of job we did there. Yes, but please, can you minimize? It's not like it's much, but can you minimize it a bit? There are some insights that focus more on what the manager needs to know. Yes. Now look at the title, lifestyle, social media. Now there are some insights that you can just derive that just that just focus on the general topic. Not only that, also, please, you might need to also remove all this average. I mean, what you did here, the average, the formulas you use to calculate each insight. So it's not really necessary. Yeah. So you can just need to remove it. And also, I would have loved if you just make it, from the visualization, the head, the insight you did, you can just put it out there like the insight you did, instead of just seeing numbers. So I can just see it maybe in form of cards. Right there, in form of card. At least this first card, second card, third card. So you can just place the card, either 3 or 4 card or 5 cards to just look, telling me what is actually going on. That would love be much more better. So you can improve on that. Okay, so to the next slide. Good. Your visualization is perfect. I love this. But I have few questions. Not like questions, but I have just few corrections and modifications. Now look at your slider. Can you bring your cursor? Is it possible for you to move your cursor around this slider? That's state. No, slider, state on the top right. Yes, good. Now it's too long. Can you see? It's too long. So I can actually make it small or shorter than that. That's my opinion. That's one. And also, I'm also saying gender by distribution. Please, can you sort it? And also, when you are saying gender by distribution, I need to struggle before I understand all this. It's too long. Why can't we make it like gender, like top 3 or top 4 or top 5 gender? But now I'm seeing like more than 7, even more than 10. I'm very sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see? Like very long. Can you bring your cursor around it? This gender by distribution. Yes, it's too long. You can make it maybe top 3 or top 4 or top 5. It's much more understandable. I can easily pick. But now I'm seeing this one is tall, this one is short, this one is very short, this one is long, this one is so I'll be struggling to do what totally understand it. And now look at another thing again. When you say gender by distribution, gender by distribution. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is I want to see male and female. Now, why am I having states? The title and the visual is not correlating. But when you say, let's say from this chart now, this chart is telling me that I have states, I have gender distribution. Why don't you give me a title that aligns most with the data, that aligns close with the data? That is not like maybe states and gender distribution. Because I can see states, I can see Abuja. Yes, am I right? I can see Abuja. Am I right? Yes, I can see states. So the titles, the charts, let it match. Let it match. So I can see states, I can see gender, I can see, yes. So these are like two different things. So let the title explain. Either you remove the state and just make it gender distribution. When you say gender distribution, that means I want to see male on a particular bar, I want to see female on a particular bar. That's all. But when you give me this, that means you're telling me states and gender distribution. So I've explained that. Now, the same also
Okay, so
applies to,
sorry. I just wanted to say, like, when I
okay,
was
cool,
when
go
I
ahead.
did that gender by distribution, I was looking through and I was just thinking of, like, showing, the genders based off of, the states provided, since they're supposedly, like, that's where the respondents are from.
Yes, perfect. So, but if you are adding modification to it, you can edit the title so that the title best, because that's me, that's the way I'm interpreting it at this moment. And when your manager gets to it, they have different interpretations to all this. So they're looking at the title, they're also looking at, does it correlate with the charts? Are we seeing what we need to see? Good. So you can just edit the title to suit whichever question you want to answer. Yes, if I've added it to it, I get to understand perfectly. Good. Thank you so much for also bringing up that initiative. I love that also. Good. So also we have distribution by color. The colors are just too much. And also, even if you had, in fact, please, when you are creating a bar chart, a column chart, the largest number of bars I should have is 7. If it's more than 7, please use another chart. If the bars is more than 7, do what? Use another bar. Sorry, use another chart. Use another chart or limit it. It's possible you have more states, but now 1, 2, 3, 4 is more than. So you can just check the question. Top 7 color distribution. Top 5, top 3, top. Yes, let me know what you are like doing, what you are seeing, what is most important from our data. But now I'm seeing this one is short, this one is long, this one is. So I'll be struggling to interpret. Even if I want to pick the top 3 colors people love, I'll be struggling. I'll be saying this one is long, this one is short. I'll be struggling. To take me like a while. But if I see it either in ascending or descending, easily I know their favorite color. I know the list of the colors they want to. Good. So please, that also applies to all those notes. Good. All right. So I love the way you had top state, top 5 states by what? By what? By phone type. So please, all these titles, please just walk around it. Phone type by gender, phone type by gender. I love this also. Perfect. Distribution by phone type. No. Help me to limit it. Top 3 is okay. Top 4 is okay. Top 5 is okay. And please, when you are creating donut charts, if it exceeds 4, it looks somehow. But when it's 3 or 4, it's still okay. But when it exceeds 4, the donut chart gets to look somehow. Yes, and that's an example of what I'm seeing now. If I now ask you, what's the percentage of TikTok? I'll be struggling. I will not be straining my eyes. But why don't you just give me like top 5, top 6, or sorry, top 3, top 4 from this? It makes it much more easy for me to do what? To interpret. Okay, so I have age by phone type. So I love this. Age by phone type. Okay, good. So this is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. Monthly income by phone type. Okay, this is perfect. Yes. Monthly expense by phone type. This is perfect. Now, I have to speak on the recommendation. Now, because you are placing this particular chart on a PowerPoint slide, please, you might need to remove the recommendation from your chart, from a visual. You might need to do what? Remove the chart. But if you are just like sharing only your charts, maybe on your WhatsApp or on your LinkedIn, just only the chart, not in PowerPoint slide. Yes, you can include the recommendation. But because everything has step by step by step, so you can just take it out because you already have a slide that will cover all your recommendations. Are you there? That's my observation, please. Okay, so I believe I'm done with that. I believe I'm done with that. I believe I'm done. So please just sort out all those colors. So I love the color combination. It looks great. Yeah. So your recommendation now, and also please look at this LinkedIn icon. When I was seeing the LinkedIn icon, and also the next I was seeing Snapchat icon as like your bullet. The same impression I had was also coming to my mind. So please, you might just use a random bullets. I did just a random bullets instead of, because when I see LinkedIn, something comes to my brain and you want to talk about. I think you are like focusing on each social media handle and you are analyzing it. You're analyzing LinkedIn separately, you're analyzing TikTok separately, and that would have been very, very good. But now I'm seeing leading icon and I'm seeing another thing entirely, like another text entirely. And also, I must commend you. I love your recommendation. In fact, your recommendation resonates well with me. Your recommendation resonates well with me, and I love your recommendation. So I don't have much to say around this. So please to the next slide, and I believe that is all. Now, yeah, let me see the snapshot. Is it the last one now? Yes, snapshot. Now, good. This is snapshot. Now, this concluding part. Now, look at it. Was there introduction? Mr. Patrick, can you take me to introduction? Was there introduction? Let me start by asking that. I don't know. Can you take me to the first slide or second slide? I don't know. Was there introduction? Just want to confirm. Was there introduction? Okay, good. Now, yes, wait here. Good. Now, look at this introduction. This Excel document captures. I love this introduction. Please, your conclusion is now like, I'm not like, is it recommendation or is it conclusion? I'm a bit lost. Please, the way your introduction is short, please let the conclusion too. Let it be very. You have said a lot. You are just don't want to conclude it. Please let it be short. Conclusion is now having point one, point two, point three, point four, point. I'm like, shall we leave here tonight? So please let the conclusion be what? Be short. So you can go there. Yes, thank you so much. So just make the conclusion be what? Short and simple. Just tell us from this result, we hope if they align with the recommendation and conclusion, we are going to maybe they're going to receive more customer. It's going to be more effective. People get to engage more. Just as short as simple as that. From this analysis, it shows that this and this and this stakeholders are to ensure that all these recommendations are put into. It's okay. Right there. Instead of having first bullet, second bullet, and I'm not like the recommendation conclusion is like it's entering each other. That's the way I'm seeing it, from the way I've been saying it. So let recommendation be recommendation, conclusion be just a line, just like or a paragraph. It's all it's enough. So I believe if you can do all those things, you have a wonderful presentation. Please work on these corrections. If you want to share it with me, you can share it with me for final no review, and then you can move it on to any other social media platform for proper documentation. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick. This is a great job. This is a great job. Please let's give Mr.
Thank you
Patrick
very
some
much,
virtual
sir.
claps, some virtual claps, some virtual claps. I cannot see the clapping coming up. All right, thank you so much. Miss Benedict, Nneka, your hand is raised. Ma, please, do you want to share questions? Do you have any, I don't know, your hand is raised. Do you have any question for us or you have question for Mr. Patrick?
Not really. Not really.
Okay, thank you so much. Because your hand was raised, that's why I get to call you. All right, so let's have our next presenter, Mr. Alabi. Mr. Alabi, please, you might want to share your project with us in the next 3 minutes, please, 3 minutes. And also, I will not be making like correction, because from what Mr. Patrick has done, I believe something similar will also occur. So I will just mention the areas I've not covered. Mr. Alabi, we are waiting for you, sir. You can unmute your mic and then you can share your screen with us. Are we saying waiting, Mr. Alabi? Or if we take the next speaker and then have you next? Or you want to go now? Oh, Mr. Alabi is
Hello,
here.
good evening.
Yes.
Good evening, sir. Um, my sorry, my screen is coming up shortly. Sir, can you see my screen now, sir?
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
Hello,
So
sir.
please help us click on hide. This hide. You can click on this hide.
Hide.
Yes, there's a hide.
Okay.
Beside this top share,
Yes, sir.
just click on hide. And then you share your entire screen. That is the PowerPoint, just share the full screen so that you get to capture everything.
Can you see it now, sir?
No. Oh, we can see it now. I can see it now. I can see it now, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, class. My name is Alabi Bashir, and I'll be presenting a mini project for the class Cohort 2. The title, The report is presented as in slide 1. The name of the company is Mama Presi Telecommunication Ventures, and the report actually capture a data sales report. So for the period April to May 2024. So the name and the date. The introduction. This presentation shows a data sales report of Mama Presi Venture for the period. The Mama Presi is a small venture in telecommunication industry with customer spread across nationwide. This is a mini project report submitted to EasyTech Cohort 2 class. So the problem statement. The statement shows the data has a lot of inconsistency that requires a lot of cleaning process before we can actually derive a meaningful insight, as you can see from the picture here. Then the processes, the data cleaning process, a lot of processes was carried on, but part of the process are the trim function, some of the functions used to remove the inconsistencies are stated in this slide, as you can see. Yeah, during the course of the cleaning the data, there are some assumptions that was made, like the student allowance, which I estimated it at 20K for a data that requires a student that is spending using the student allowance. An exchange rate that was used for conversion of a particular data that was in pounds was 2,075 naira per pound. Yeah, a data was replaced, a row in row number 65 of the data state was replaced with Android with an assumption because I actually do not have the data to formulate the particular. Then row 82, 83, and 86 was deleted because it has no meaningful data that can help our presentation visualizations. So these are my key insights. As you can see, a total number of 132 respondents. The total hours spent online grossly is 1,262 hours. Weekly data expenses totaling 2,743,200. And average monthly expenses was 24,207,702 naira, as you can see. Then the total monthly income from the data was about 34,934,251, and total monthly savings 8,382,302. So you can see some of the key features that we did. One, the gender distribution by religion, as you can see, more the religion, the Muslim and the Christians. As you can see, 63 and 61% of males are Christians, while 11 and 7%, 11 female and 7 are Muslims. Phone type by gender. Basically, there are two phone types, but there is a data that has both of the phone type, which is the iOS and the Android. As you can see from the data, most of the respondents are actually using an iOS, which is, as you can see, from 72 of them using the iOS, while the others are using the Android. Only 2 use both phone type. The monthly income range by phone type, we can see that the features as shown, only 2 data has nil, which is probably explained that the student, they are enjoying the free data, not actually data. So you can say just 2. Then if you look at the age distribution by religion, you can see that below 18, then the ranges that use most that are also usually online, that don't use much data, are the range of 26 and 35, as you can see from the insight. The gender distribution by color, a lot of them actually prefer blue and black, which are the 2 most used colors. The monthly expenses by gender is on the site. The age by phone type, as you can see, iOS and Android were basically used. And you can see the category of users, that is the age bracket of 26 to 35, actually prefer to use Android and iOS, as you can see the two distribution. So distribution by social medias. You can see that a lot of the respondents actually prefer to use WhatsApp, as we can see in the top 3 of the social media users. So this is the summary of my features. Then the slicer, I use the age group for the slicer, the 3 most used social media, and the religion, which is 2, as you can see. And this is a brief of my recommendation. So my recommendation: 1, the color blue, pink, and purple and pink are the most sought after iOS phones, as more female genders prefer iOS to Android, and more should be purchased by Mama Pressy as a store. Mama Pressy should focus more of our advertisement process on WhatsApp, as more users prefer WhatsApp than any other social media, I think, probably because of the easy to use. Then a campaign should be launched to encourage the below 18 usage of phones, as in, if you look at the respondents, most of them below 18 by age, the users are very low, which are just one or so. So that's why this recommendation. And above all, thank you. The presentation is that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Alabi. Mr. Alabi,
Yes,
please, I want to ask a
yes, sir.
question. Who is Mama Pressy? Because it's like, I want to ask, who is Mama Pressy? Is he your wife? Like, I don't know.
Yes,
Mama
kind of.
Pressy.
The name actually comes from a friend, Mr. Bello.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Mama Pressy. But that's fine. That's fine. But why I'm actually smiling is because it's not actually like it's local, but I would have loved you to use like a Gen Z name, now. Like name that does not really exist. Because when you say Mama Pressy, my mind is like, the Mama Pressy does he use phone? Like, it shows locality. I don't just know, but that's like what's coming out of my mind. And that name, and the way you are saying it, Mama Pressy, I'm like Mama Pressy, but that's fine. All right, thank you so much. I love your presentation. Like, actually, I love your and I love the fact that they're like saying it. That are you seeing it? Are you seeing it for what you can see? I love that fact. So that you're trying to like make everybody, inclusive in what you are doing. Thank you so much, and I love the way you presented your projects. Actually, acknowledge your efforts. Please, if you don't mind, do you want to share your screen, like the slides? So let me just quickly walk you through and just few modification and correction and just feel you can work on just to make it much more better than this. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so let's start from the first. Mama Pressy. Now, I love the fact we're able to tie this data set to an organization. Yes, I love the facts because it's not just by working on data set, but you're looking at it. This data set can actually solve a problem. And Mama Pressy, we know which area to actually focus on. Oh, focus on WhatsApp, focus on, but I love the fact you're able to do what? We channel it. But now let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. When you give a title, the title must not be one-sided. Like when you give a title for your data analysis project, it must not be one-sided. Now look at this title, Mama Pressy Telecommunications Venture. For me, is one-sided. Why do I say that? Now, what comes to my mind? Let's leave Mama Pressy now. What comes to my mind when I hear telecommunication ventures is like I want to start seeing MTN. I want to see Glow. I want to see which one again, Airtel and others, other network providers. That's the first thing because telecommunication. I go as telecommunication. And when you say venture, what comes to my mind again? Because your title gives me like a direction, and when I'm not seeing that direction in my data, it's contradicting. When I'm not seeing that direction alongside my slide, it's contradicting. So the title is like focusing on, I don't just know, like I don't even know the area it's with, actually focusing, but you see like just maybe one or two columns from the entire data set. So the title is not capturing the entire columns that we have on our data sets. I don't know if you want to maybe expatiate on it or you want to provide clarity on your title, focusing on 80 or 90% of the data.
Actually, I agree with you, sir. But during the process, I was looking at the data, and the only thing I can wrap my head around was that the
Okay.
data was about the telecommunication.
Yeah,
Thing.
I actually understand that. Actually understand that. And that's just it. When you're in a company or an organization, yeah, they don't give you title. So you're the one that will look at data set. Oh, and also when you get data set online, most times doesn't come with some robust title. So you're the one that will look at data sets. And also what I normally do, let me also tell you, it's not like it's strange. Sometimes I will copy all the column headers. I will paste it on ChatGPT. I will tell ChatGPT what title best focus or describe these column headers. ChatGPT will give you something. Uh, so I see. So I'm also giving you some trick. I'm also using. So ChatGPT will
Yes,
give
sir.
you something. So you don't need to start struggling. Hey, column one, column two. What title? Copy all the columns, column headers. Just highlight it based on ChatGPT and ask what title best describe these column headers, and then you start seeing a lot, and then from there you can now pick the one that resonates well. As simple as that. I'm not done, Mr. Yeah. So let's proceed. Let me quickly wrap up with so the areas I'm unable to cover. So I will have covered it on Mr. Patrick data. So just work on those things. So also introduction for me. Please make your introduction very simple. Let it be introduction. Don't come and start introduction, just like introduce, open the ceremony. Let it be just one paragraph. It's okay for us. So you can combine everything here, make it shorter than this, and then give it to us. So let's move to the next problem statement. Now, inside your problem statement, the next slide, please. I'm seeing data set inside problem statements. Ah, I'm a bit lost, and it's giving me some concern. So I did. So
Yes,
when you
sir.
say when you say problem statements, I want to see the statement that describes the problem.
Mm.
This time, why do you say, You're making me
All right,
scared.
sir. I'm with you.
So let's see the statement. So now, what this particular slide describes is from all the questions you have been given, can you combine all the questions to form a statement? You don't necessarily need to cover all the questions, but can you just like give us just like a statement around those questions? Now, the problem can be like, we have not been making sales in the East region. That's a problem. And then we want to use that data to do what? To answer the problem.
All right,
That's
sir.
simple as that. Okay, now to the next slide. So please don't let us saying. I believe this is clear. I believe this is clear.
Yes,
To
sir.
the next slide,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, to the next slide. Data cleaning
Yes.
process. So please, your data cleaning process, let it be strategic. You reformatted, you corrected, you just be strategic around it. So they are saying delete rows and columns without meaning. If you tell me as the manager that you delete rows and columns without meaningful data, I'll be like, how is that possible? Like as a layman, why are you
Mm.
deleting? You know, your manager can say, I want to see it, but you tell them or you write it in a way that they don't get to really understood what you did. So you don't
Mm.
tell them that it's meaningless. They don't, everything is meaningful for them. Everything is meaningful and it counts for them. Like the manager, they see you. Yes, they don't know anything about analysis. So what is it that you delete that are meaningless? You'll be like, how are we guarding data that are meaningless? And the way they will be seeing it, they'll be like, is it like 1,000 rows you deleted or like 500 rows deleted? They will not know that maybe it's just only one or two. But the way you have pictured it here, you delete rows. Ah, you will explain, oh, you will.
Mm.
So it's better you just use like a language or a text that does not really captures like delete or you can just be formatted, do this. So just picture it in a way that you don't really get to start asking further questions. And this is not the real game. The real game is the visualization and the
Mm.
recommendation. Okay, to the next step, to the next slide, to the next slide. So key when you say key assumptions, I'm not like where are we going to? When you say assumptions, I don't think anybody's assuming. Maybe I'm not getting it clear over here. So you're not saying row this, row that, row that. You're not mentioning each of the rows. This will be very stressful because some data sets can be very messy. Is that how you now start mentioning all the assumptions? All the assumptions. So this slide, I might love you to take it off Yeah, I'm allowed to take it off and just mention the what's just the key insights from the data. That would be much more beneficial. And actually, if there's something is actually more than this, if you want to start listing them out, it's actually more than this. So you cannot even that is very small, but cannot even mention them all because it's actually more than this. Okay, to the next slide. Now this is your visual. This is your visual. So let's go to the next slide, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, now you now say post data cleaning. Okay, but that's this is fine. This is fine. Now, key insights. Okay, I love this key insights. So please can you take us to cleanings and key insights? So, key insights. So I love this key insight. At least you mentioned a few things. But if I look at total hours spent online, I'm like, what is it 1,262 minutes or seconds or days or hours or minutes or years?
All right, sir.
I'll be I'll be floating. Yes, I'll be floating. So help us convert it in a way that users get to understand it. So you can put it, maybe it's minutes, it's hours, it's just put it around it so that they get to understand it. So I actually love this inside. At least it captures a whole lot. It captures a whole lot. And now look at something. Look at something very well. If you look at these key insights and your title, does it do they align like 100%? Like sites and titles, you can see the difference now. Telecommunication. I want to be seeing, so that if your title is telecommunication, so I want to be seeing that around here, but doesn't really align. So you might need to give a title that also aligns with your data, your key insights, your visuals. All right, to the next slide. The next slide. So I'm also looking out for your visualization. Yes. So when you say this visualization, Mr. Alabi, there's a lot to do. There's a lot for you to do. So this visualization, you still need to work on it. So you need to put them together, have a title, have a logo, make it look better. No, are you there? So
Yes, sir.
just reformat it and let it look better than this, generally possible. And also red, I said red, sorry, green and blue. You just give me some feelings. I don't know how to describe it. So you might need to use some colors. You can even use green on your bars or your charts. Are you there? Use
Okay.
green. So instead of using green and blue, these two colors is not really aligning. Not really aligned. So you might need to use colors that really align. Okay. So the next slide, that's slide 9. Slide 9 is like your visualization, Abby. Okay, yes, slide 9. Let's have slide 9. Okay, now slide 9. I actually had a lot to say. But I will just going to mention those key areas. Those key areas. So I love this chart where you said distribution, gender distribution by religion. Actually, I cannot find religion. Yes, actually, can you bring your cursor around it? Can you bring your cursor around it?
Yeah.
Gender distribution by religion. I can't see your cursor. Okay, but I
Yeah.
believe you can see it. Yeah, exactly where I can see it now. If I ask now, where are the religion? I can see the gender distribution, but where is the religion?
Okay.
There's no
Yeah.
religion. Exactly. So this the title and the charts is not still aligning. So when you say gender distribution, yeah, I can see it. I can see female, I can see male. But when it's not by religion, where is the Christian now? Where are the Muslims now? So I cannot find that on your chart. So you might need to give us charts that aligns well with the title. So that will be look much more better. And also the same thing also appears here. Phone type by gender. Where are the phone type? I can see gender, no doubt. Where are the phone type? And also you can also give us like a legend. So let me use that color code to get the particular words chart. So there
Okay.
are a lot of touches. I just need you to like work on just to make your chart look much more better. So and also there's nothing like summary of visuals. Just tell us data visualization. That's all. Data
Okay.
visualization. All right, to the next slide. So you just went straight to recommendation. I love your recommendation to Mama Pressy. I love those recommendations. But please, you might want us to, I might want you to rechannel those recommendations to suit your title and suit your charts. Yes, and suit your charts and suit your charts. Yes, I would love that. Yes, I really love the way, but recommendations really focuses on the charts, but it's a bit biased. That's the only issue I have. Yes, when you say color blue, color pink are most used, yes, you are right. When you say my president to focus on advertisement process on WhatsApp, you are right. Are you there? Then the
Yes.
campaign should be launched on the 18th. You're also correct. Yes, it aligns with WhatsApp, but it does not really capture the entire data. That's the only issue I have. All right, the last one, which is Thank you straight up. So please, you might need to include limitation, you might need to include conclusion. Right there, just to make your presentation a most first one. Thank you so much, Mr. Labi, for this wonderful presentation. Looking forward to your corrections, modification, and making it much more better. But I must commend you. You've done a great job. Thank you so much for putting this together. I believe you can do more.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Thank you,
have
sir.
Mr. Damian. Mr. Damian, let's have you now. Mr. Damian, let's have you. Are you prepared for us? Mr. Alabi, you can stop sharing. Yes. Please, let's have a virtual clap. So can we please virtually clap for Mr. Alabi? This is actually awesome. This is actually awesome. Thank you so much. I can see the reactions. Let me to clap for you. Mr. Damian, we're waiting for you. Should we take you later? Are you ready? Are you ready? Or we should take you later? So please, if you are cohort 2 and you're ready to register your name, kindly register your name on the in-call message. I'm calling those names. Mr. Damian, are you there? Please, let's always get ready. Okay, let me call the next student. And we have Miss Fortune. Yeah, Miss Fortune, let's have you now. Miss Fortune, are you good
Sorry,
to go?
I'm here.
Okay, please just go ahead and share your screen. Please go ahead and share your screen. While Miss Fortune gets to prepare, she's going next. Mr. Damian, we don't have all the time. Are you struggling to share your screen? I can help you. Oh yeah, tell us where you're having issues. Are you having issues sharing your screen? Do you know how to share your screen? Let me help you. Okay, let's have Miss Fortune then. The first to share his or her screen. Miss Fortune, you want to share your screen? Please go ahead and share your screen and let's have you on board. Mr. Damian, please, you can use the comment section to drop your question, so I'm going to attend to it, or you send it to the general group so we can help you. We can help you. Miss Fortune, you can share your screen. I believe you have been enjoying this section. Yeah, so this is mini data analysis project presentation. Good. Okay, let's take the next student. Mr. Ibrahim, are you good to go? Mr. Ibrahim, if you are ready, just click on share and then share your screen. I'll be glad to have you. Mr. Bello Ibrahim, if you're on the call, you can share your screen. And please, if you are struggling to share your screen, please don't hesitate to let us know. Miss Fortune, how this rate? You can share your screen. So let's say the first person to go. Mr. Damian, we are still waiting for you. Miss Fortune, we're waiting for you. The first person to share is our screen, please. Mr. Bello. Okay, Mr. Damian is up. Welcome. You can unmute your mic now, Mr. Damian. You can unmute your mic, yes. Click on this hide. Click on hide. Click on hide. Good. Oh, Miss Fortune, you can stop sharing your screen. Miss Fortune, you can stop sharing. Let's have Mr. Damian. Mr. Damian, we're waiting for you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Damian Nia. I am presenting a mini project today on data sales report.
Mr. Damian,
Yes.
can you do me a favor? Can you stop sharing and share again? Just stop sharing and share again. Just stop sharing and do it again, yes.
Okay.
And stop sharing. Good, now share again. Please, if you don't know how to share screen, please just come to the general WhatsApp group and just type it. I'm going to help you. Are you there? So that we don't have delay. And please, let's get ready. Mr. Damian, oh yeah, now. Yes, okay, Mr. Damian is back. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Good.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Damian. I'm presenting today on the data sales report, coming from April to May 2024, um, December 2024. So we move quickly to introduction. This Microsoft Excel project aims to inquire about the data sales and usage in Biotech Nigeria Limited between April 24 to 2024 and May 2024. The fact that gives a clear insight into performance levels across problem statement. As the world is gradually dependent on cellular data for communication, business improvement, and career advancement, the providers of these services are bound to face some challenges ranging from instability in sales to unpredictability in demand. I aim to improve business efficiencies and provide a competitive advantage by developing strategies to enhance customers' collaboration and satisfaction that tackle key areas highlighted in the data process workflow. This data was this data was given to us by uh, my tutor, that data source. Then after data collection, I go ahead in cleaning the data and analyze the data. I did a visualization of the data, some recommendations were made, and then conclusions. So this is a pictorial view of the unclaimed data set that I was given to us. Okay, that I worked on. Sorry. The data cleaning processes that I took us, I removed inconsistencies like empty rows, hyperlink, trim, find and replace, etc. I formatted numbers as currencies on the required columns, and I formatted the table to a standard Microsoft Excel worksheet. This is a pictorial view of the clean data set. Insight and analysis. Yeah, from the from the insights gathered so far on the data collected, we the total hours spent. Okay, sorry. For 506 hours spent online, we are able to make a total transaction of 132. And with these transactions, we generated a total monthly income of 31,703,008 naira. And the most sales comes from the blue color with 55. Most sales products Android 69. Most sales state Lagos 45. And total monthly expenses was 2,827,330 naira, and total monthly savings amounted to be 6,925,678. Then data visualization. Sorry, data visualization. Okay, from the data set, see here, I don't know why it has to be smaller. We can see that the distribution of social media from the chart here shows that WhatsApp combined with Facebook happen to be the leading social media. Then the top 5 states, Lagos, Lagos leading, while Rivers State having leading with 41, Lagos leading with 41%, Rivers State having 7% at the from the level. In the daily response trend from the chart, from the daily the response trend, you can see that there's a huge spike at towards the end, towards the angle of the Lagos of the Android users. The gender by religion, we can see that the male the male are actually leading in terms of active participation in data usage. And income by gender, the income by gender also shows that the male category actually has generated the highest income by gender. And from the chart there, so I don't know why my screen is, maybe it's too big. This chart down here, income by phone type, you can see that Android leading with 12 million, that 12 million 828,470 naira with the total sales. And then age by phone type is still covered, but I know too well that it is the age bracket from 26 to 35 years. That's the leading age. And then the below 18 years having only 21% in participation in data usage. And recommendation. Firstly, I would recommend that the management should ensure a product to market fit to provide competitive differentiation with the ability to solve key issues with added value. This will sure help increase sales. So they get consistent marketing strategies in place with a professional team to aid boost sales, especially in the low performing states where business is low. 3, run a website audit, look at your Google Analytics and do a competitor analysis. Find areas where you can improve with search engine optimization, SOE, and user experience. For ensure the availability of product in high demand state at all times by implementing a customer feedback, risks can be tackled before they become an issue. And limitation, limited data source, limited data source to compare individual performance of social media apps to aid in analyzing and strategizing. In conclusion, this project produced and enhanced facial with a wide ranging of perception with inputs from the data provided to aid in enhancing the company's sales. In conclusion, the end. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Damian. This is great. This is great. Mr. Damian, I have a few questions for you before I give you my honest opinion. Yeah, no, just leave your slide. Just leave your slide. Yeah, my question is on a scale of 1 to 5, how okay now let's use scale of 1 to 5. How is this project? How is this project? Is it like difficult? Is it very easy? Like just tell me your experience. How is this project?
It's not difficult. I wouldn't say it's difficult.
Okay, it's very easy.
It's not very easy. It's not very easy. It's not very difficult. It's okay.
Just neutral. Okay. Thank you so much. I intentionally just want to know your mind. Yeah. But first of all, I want to commend you. Now, why am I commending you? I've worked on that data set and it's actually a bit stressful. Even to me, it's a bit stressful because the way these people they fill the form. I'm just like, what type of people is this? And that's how data might look like. So you cannot predict. Data can be cleaned, data might be unclean, just like what you see. Are you there? Good. So now let's quickly walk through your projects and let's do it together. Now the first thing I observed was you are reading it. I'm like, we can read. So please, when you are presenting, yes, your project, you don't need to start reading line by line by line by line. I would love you to just do what? You can just take a glance and then summarize. But you're just reading from line to line, line to line, next line to line, line to line. You are reading everything. So it makes your presentation look like maybe you don't have like full authority or full knowledge about it. So I would love just leave the slide, let the slide communicate and you talk. So when you are talking, we are reading. That is, we that we are listening, we are doing what? We are reading your slide and then we are understanding or getting deeper knowledge about your slide. So that's how it's being done. So please, I would love you to work on that area. It's very important. And also, I'm also seeing some, it's not really aligning. You are like, and I'm wondering, you did this project now, so I expected you to, say it as you've done it. Because if you work on something, you should be able to defend it to the core. Oh, I did this. So but when I say I'm like, yes, you can rewatch this section. Actually, you can rewatch it and maybe listen to it yourself. The way you are presented. Yes, you can listen to it and listen to the way you presented so that you can just work on those gaps. Yes, you've done well. I love your colors. I love the logo. I love this BG Tech or BG Data Sales. I love those. They are very, very good looking. I love your visualization. Now, let me quickly walk through your slide. Now, to the first slide, that's the home page. Can you just click on it? Good. Now, look at the title. Data Sales Report. If you tell me data sales report, what I want to expect is how much is MTN data? Or I don't know what you now really mean. Or should I now look at it in this sense? When you say sales, that means you are selling a product or you are offering a service that you are making sales from. And if I ask you, does this title really captures the data? Do they really align? Now, two things came to my mind, and both of these does not even align with the data set. When you say data sales report, are you like selling data? Or is it normal data, but it's a sales data now? When you say sales, what are you now selling? Are you selling home care products? Are you selling technological products? Are you selling? That's what comes to my mind when I hear the word sales. So if I ask you, does it really focus on the data set? Of course, no. So please, let's have a title that focus more on the data provided. So let's move to the next slide. Yeah, I'll just quickly rush through it because I've said a lot. Introduction, I actually love this. Yes, I love this because you mentioned it. This Microsoft Excel, but that one captures my attention. This captures my attention. So please just walk around your title. Okay, to the next slide. Yeah, problem statements. Yeah, for me, I love the problem statement, but I would have loved you to just summarize it. Idea. So don't read it line by line. So that would like be very, very much okay. And I love the colors. I love the colors. I love it. It's very cool. Okay, to the next slide. Okay, to the next slide. Can you take us to slide 6? Yeah, slide 6. So let's start from slide 6. Good. So I also love this data cleaning process. Just went straight. Remove inconsistencies. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. The next slide. That's slide 8. Let's start from slide 8. Yes, so this is the clean data set. Slide 8. I want to be a bit fast so that we can take other students. Now, the first thing that came to mind when I said total hours spent online. Now, if I will not deceive you. Now, if you say total hours spent online, does this insight does it really capture some weights? When you say total hours spent, you see, people are online, oh, people are always online, but you don't just use total hours spent. You can say average. That is on an average, people spend this particular hour. When you say total hours, okay, that what does it not really? So it's not really capture any. I don't know how to say it like better than this. So, but if you say average hours spent online, I will see like wow, yes. Oh, people spend 5 hours average. Yes, it's still good. When you say total, that's not really idea. Good. So please just look for a title that really. So that's like the most, yeah, that's like the most distracting part from all these charts. All that has to do great, but it's like very, very distracting. Yeah. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Look at these charts. Distribution of social media. Me, I'm lost too. And now I'm now seeing small bar. Small until now. Please, number one, do your data cleaning thoroughly. Please. I don't want to see all. Yes, it's distribution of social media, but let me just see. And if I ask you just one question. Okay, now, what's the percentage of WhatsApp? This one is the tallest or the longest. What is the percentage, or what is the number, or what is the frequency, or what happened that made it tall or tallest? Can you say something? Just something. What made it the tallest? What made that the last one that is the tallest? What made it to be the tallest? No, don't go to Excel. Don't go to Excel. I caught you today. What made that chart to be the tallest or the longest?
I think I forgot to put the data label.
Okay, exact. I love. In fact, you got it. The label. So label it. Are you there? So label. And also, I don't want to see all. Let me see the top 3 or the top 4 or the top 5. So I know what to tackle. But seeing everything like this is distracting. I'm not be like I'll start using my head to process all this. And also, I'm not even getting like the right information. So please just give us what everybody. In fact, you too. Let it speak to you first before you now communicate with others. It captures a lot of weight. So please work on that. And we have the total top 5 states. Okay. And when you say top 5 states, I will not deceive you. Donut chart is not the best chart to use. Right there, donut chart is still not the best chart to use. And now look at daily response trend. I'm also struggling. I'm seeing like is it D, I don't know, or 1, 2, 3. Can you bring your cursor around it? This down part. Now, which of the days do we have the highest response? Which of the days? Because I'm struggling to see it. Which of the days? Data analyst, Damian. Which of the days? So that we know that, okay, when we are doing advert or doing promotion, we can focus on those days. So from these charts, which of the days are we having the most response? Okay. Day. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. So let's move to the next chart. So I believe you already understood where I'm going to. So please, I need to work. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Let's move. Now look at this. Gender by religion. Okay, now so the first one that is having male, what's the religion?
Female.
Yes, now what's the religion? Yeah, it said gender by religion. So I can only see gender and I'm even confused. Why am I confused? I'm seeing male, female, male, female, male. What's going on? Oh? Yeah, I'm lost. Like I'm completely lost. So if I want to see me, let me see male. And male should just be once. Why am I having two male? Are we having? Oh yeah, come and explain, academia. I want to explain what's going on with this chat. Hey, don't mind me. I'm laughing. I'm just like, don't mind me. But actually, I just love the way that we're interacting. Yeah. So I also learning. So there's just a lot for us to do. You know, by giving me charts, the chat must speak. Are the chat must speak. And also, the same thing applies to income by gender. I'm seeing male, female, female, male. I'm confused. Do we have some gender that are male and some gender that are female, male, or I don't just know? So please, Mr. Damian, I believe you've gotten the point. All right, so let's move to the next slide. Recommendation. Now, recommendation is taking us to another place. Now, why is it taking us to another place? Now, look at this. You are saying, okay, now, look at this. Number one, I'm only going to use number one as a case study. Ensure products to market fits. Now, Mr. Damian, can you go back to your visualization? Now, which of these charts is telling us products to market fit? Which of these charts? Is it the distribution by which of these charts is telling us? So now they are telling us that we need to do product market fit. Now, which of these charts is telling us that? Now, Mr. Damian, none of the charts. Okay, good. None of the charts. So let's go back to the recommendation again. And also all your recommendations, none of this recommendation aligns with the chart. So when you are giving your company recommendation, you're telling them, sir, look at it from this chart, we are making low sales. Sir, can you tell them, sir, can you see it? They will say, yes. Sir, let's work on it. Sir, why we are making low sales is because there is no advert. Oh, sir, why we are making low sales is because we only have just one employee or just one sales rep. They also, oh, yes, we need to do what? Employ more. But now, your recommendation is saying product market fits. Even the title of the project is even saying, so please, let everything align. look at the dashboard and derive recommendation that the stakeholders can actually work on. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Limitation. Limitation also, when we are saying it, I'm like, limited data source to compare individual performance of social media apps to age. My mind is like, I'm going to ask you, like, can you summarize this limitation in a way that I'm a layman, I want to understand? That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Yes, you've written something, but I'm struggling to digest it because these are like key words. Limited data source. When you say data source, data source is like different data sources. Now I taught you Power BI, so you don't know data source. Limited data source to compare individual. Are we doing comparison of individual performance or see what you wrote here? For me, I'm seeing it in a bigger picture. I don't know, maybe you can break it down. If you can break it down, maybe I'm going to understand it better. But can you break it down in the way that I'm
It should
going
have
to
been a
understand?
limited data set.
Okay, data set. Okay, continue. Limited data set. Okay, that's fine. So, but actually, it's not still given in a way that a layman get to understand. That's me. Please, that's me. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. That's slide 12. Conclusion. Conclusion to giving me like, where are we? And I'm Mr. Demian, don't give up. Next slide. Mr. Demian. Hello, Mr. Demian. Are you still there? Mr. Demian.
Hello.
Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you
Yes,
now.
so come to the next slide. Yes, to the next slide. Yes, to the next slide. It's conclusion also. When you're reading the conclusion also, I'm like, like you are carrying us to another level. This project produced an enhanced facial. I'm like, I even wanted to check Google. What's the meaning of facial? Don't mind me now. Me, I'm a layman. See, this is just project. When you're presenting your project, you need to also know your audience. So me, I don't know the meaning. That's why I said maybe I will need to check Google and come back and then understand your conclusion. Please just do a conclusion. I don't know. This study mass com or English or linguistic or all this grammar. So please, you might just give us the words that we can easily relate to it. Are you there? So, and thank you so much. So this is a very nice project, but Mr. Demian, actually there's a lot of gaps. So I need you to just clear it up. Are you there? So Rome is not built in a day. Even my own project was worse than this. Yes, my own project was worse than this, and I'm able to improve on it. So please, you can always improve on it and then share with me your edited copy. Let's have Miss Fortune. Time is going. Miss Fortune, can we still have you? Miss Fortune, please. You can share your project with us. Mr. Demian, that's a great job. Let me clap for you. Even though nobody clap for you, let me clap for you from my end. Let me clap for you. You have done a great job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have a lady. We can. Okay. Yes, good evening.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Me, I'm struggling to hear you. Are you on device? Are you on maybe earpiece?
I'm on laptop.
It's like there's background noise.
I'm on laptop. Is there feedback?
No, it's fine now. It's fine now. You can proceed.
All right. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Okay, so good evening, everyone. My presentation is on I titled it Internet User Survey that was conducted from April to May 2024. Introduction, this survey gathered data from diverse participants, offering valuable insights into their online activities and usage patterns. This project presents the findings of this survey in a visually engaging and accessible way. Through a series of carefully designed charts and graphs, the aim is to showcase key trends, such as how and which different demographic groups use the internet.
Misfortune.
Yes.
It's like you are changing your slide, but from here I cannot see it. If you don't mind sharing your entire screen so that we don't have any
Okay.
limitation. Yeah. So you can stop sharing and sharing it so that
Okay, let me stop sharing and share again.
yeah. And please, if you are sharing your screen, please just share your entire screen so that we don't get to lose any parts.
Okay. Okay, let me do that again. All right. Can everyone see my entire screen?
Yes, this is
Oh.
perfect.
All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue from the
So
introduction.
please, you can click on this hide. Can you see this hide currently showing on your screen?
Oh, yeah,
Just click
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. I'm just going to do that.
and hide it. Yeah.
Okay, so the problem statement. In today's digital age, the internet has become an integral part of daily life for millions of people around the world. To better understand how internet users interact with digital spaces, a comprehensive survey was conducted aimed at capturing a wide range of demographics, preferences, and behaviors. This project seeks to explore the ways in which different demographics interact with the internet, answer questions about the online user demographic, and highlight emerging trends in digital engagement. Okay, so the process workflow for this entire project: data collection, data cleaning, analysis and insights, data visualization, recommendation, and conclusion. So this is the unclean data set. As you can see, there were a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of not very clean or well formatted entries. Then this was my data cleaning process. I removed duplicates, I reformatted unusable entries, I recalculated values using appropriate functions and formulas. I grouped the data according to the required categories given to us in the question. I formatted the table into a standard Excel worksheet. Then, as you can see, it's a clean data set. All right, these are insights and analysis that I could gather from the data set. We had a total of 132 participants, 24 states, 68 male participants, 64 female participants. Total higher earning participant, that's the ones who earn above 100K in Naira, 83. Total lower earning participants, 49. Average weekly data budget was estimated to be about 21,000 Naira. And the most used social media platform, that is a typographical error, guys. Most used social media platform is WhatsApp with 62 users. This was the data visualization. Distribution by gender, we had a total of 52% male participants, 48% female participants. Top 5 participating states: Lagos being the state with the most participants, Rivers being second, Ogun being third, Oyo being fourth, and Akwa Ibom and Edo being both tying in fifth with 9 participants each. The daily response trend from the 28th of April to the 5th of May was as follows: 13, 13. But as you can see, this was the daily response trend. Distribution by color, we had 48 people who said blue was their favorite color. Then we had 17 people who said white was their favorite color. Pink, 10 people. Purple, 8. Orange, 3. And there was only one person who said they did not have a favorite color. Phone type by gender, we had 26 women who said they used Android, 36 women who said they used iOS, and 2 women who said they use both. 44 male Android users, 24 male iOS users. Then age by phone type was as follows: 11 Android users within the age range 18 to 25, 17 iOS users within the same age range, 33 Android users within 36 to 35 years of age, 1 person within that age range who said they use both, 29 users, iOS users within 26 to 35 years of age, 36 and above, we had 24 Android users, 1 who said they use both, and 14 iOS users, and then 1 person who used Android below the age of 18, and 1 person who used iOS below the age of 18. The distribution of favorite social media was as follows. WhatsApp was 62 users, Twitter 18 users, Instagram 18 users, Facebook 14 users, TikTok 7 users, Google 4 users, X 3 users, as follows. WhatsApp being our most used social media with 62 users, and Telegram being our least with 1. The monthly income by phone type was above 100K users. We had and 45 Android users who earned above 100K. 36 iOS users who earned above 100K, and 2 users who use both types of phones earning above 100K. 25 Android users who earn below 100K. 24 iOS users who earn below 100K. And the monthly expenses by phone type were 39 male who earned above 100, who spent above 100K. Sorry, 27 female who spent above 100K, 37 female who spent below 100K, and 29 male who spent below 100K. Recommendation: to track evolving trends in internet usage over time, I suggest conducting follow-up surveys at regular intervals. This will enable the project to identify shifts in the online behavior and changing user preferences. And also, to gain a more comprehensive understanding of internet usage across different groups, I recommend expanding the survey's demographic groups, specifically targeting different geographical regions outside of the country, maybe, as this survey focused mostly on Nigeria, or specific online communities, fandom or gaming communities, etc., etc. Limitation. My major limitation here were incorrect or unusable entries that were not formatted properly, which had to be discarded during the cleaning process, affecting the validity of the survey results. Also, a small participant demographic. We had about 332 users, which obviously does not represent accurately the broader opinions of the greater internet population within Nigeria. Conclusion: this data visualization project has provided valuable insights into characteristics, preferences, and trends of internet users, offering a clear understanding of how individuals engage with digital platforms. Through these survey results, we've been able to highlight key patterns in online activity, demographic preferences, and emerging trends, which contribute to a broader understanding of the landscape. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please go back to your slide. Please go back. No, don't stop sharing. Okay, don't need to make comments. Miss Fortune, I should not make comments.
Sorry.
Miss Fortune. Miss Fortune, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, you can share your screen. Yes, let's take some comments. Okay, now, when you were presenting, the first thing that came to my mind is, okay, I have one of my mentors who just joined the call. Mr. Adiji, you're welcome, sir. So,
Good evening,
when you
sir.
are presenting your project, yes, sir, you're highly welcome. It's nice having you, sir. Yes. I would have loved Mr. Salami to be here when you were presenting your project and let him see the way you highlighted those things. But it's very nice. Now, let me start by saying this. The first thing that came to mind was, is it true? What a man can do, a woman can do it better. I love the way you presented your project. This really shows you gain mastery on what you did. I commend your smart work, your hard work, putting all this together. But please, I just want to just figure out some points. Yes, you've done a great job. Yes, of course, I love your visualization. But let me just quickly factor out some points. Look at your title. So the title focuses on internet. But if we look at data sets, and let's be realistic, it's still like bias. Yes, it covers a lot, but it's still a bit biased. There are still some columns that it's not actually covering this title. So please, you can give us a title that actually covers at least 80 to 90% of the columns, the data set you have. Are you there? Good. All right, so can we move to the next slide? The next slide, the next slide. Okay, now what I discovered was you're reading the introduction. So please, when you're presenting a project, don't read. Yeah, so let's us read. We are the readers. Just consume what is there. You just explain, just tell us what you've done on it. Are you there? Good. And also, if I ask, is it a Power BI project? Is it an Excel project? You don't care to mention it. So please, you can actually include it. Oh, this Excel project, or just add it to it so that we know that, oh, this project was done using Microsoft Excel. All right, so let's move to the next slide. So you don't have to capture that. And also look at the problem statement. It's very long. Well, I love the fact that they're trying to like create a story. Yeah, I love the fact they're able to create a story. In today's digital, the internet has become, yes, but when you say, well, it's still fine. It's still fine. I don't just know, but the way I'm seeing it, so you can just make it a bit maybe shorter than this so that we capture the most important points. Yeah. All right, to the next slide. To the next slide. To the next slide. To the next slide. So all these are perfect, actually. To the next slide. Thank you so much. This is perfect. I love the color combination, the logo. I love this. Yes, to the next slide. Yeah, I also love this. In fact, I'm just like impressed the way you've done it. Yes, it actually looks very simple. Look to the previous slide. It looks very simple, but actually it covers a whole lot. And in fact, you answered 100% of the questions, like from what I can see here. But I can see everything, the title describing it, the chart describing it, the labels describing it, and this is a whole lot. I actually commend you. And also, from the way you presented it, really shows you're the one that did it. Okay, somebody had this raised. Do you have question? Okay, so I was doing that's a mistake, and it really captures it. And can you see it yourself? So it's not when you do something, put colors. No, the goal of visualization is to make data accessible, understandable, interpretable. Idea good, not to just complicate everything. So I love the way you just choosing just two colors and highlighted this. This really shows a whole lot. Well done, Miss Fortune. To the next slide. So this like the continuation. Yeah. To the next slide, continuation and your recommendation. So the recommendation for me, I'm trying to capture this second point. This second point speaks more, but this first point, I'm trying to actually understood this. I was struggling to track evolving trend in internet usage. I suggest conducting a follow-up survey at regular interval. Why? Why do you want regular survey? Which of the charts is telling us that, oh, we just need to do regular survey? Or what do you see? Okay, this will enable project to identify shifts in online behavior and changing user preference. Well, it's not too far, but I would have loved something that really focus from the data, that really focus from the visual. Maybe you saw a visual and you saw the trend, and then the trend depict more response. So you can focus on that. Oh, let's hit our targets to this particular social media platform that is behaving well. Or let's focus on how to improve this. Or when we are doing type of strategies of marketing, you should focus on this, focus on that, select our first way. But this one is like we're just accumulating data. But from data we have accumulated, like now, what is it saying before we start conducting follow-up survey at regular intervals? Does that make some sense to you? I don't know. Good. So that's like my own opinion regarding the first recommendation. So, but the second recommendation, I still feel is still much engaging. All right, thank you so much. So to the next slide, and I believe that is all for my end. Yes, you've done a great job. Thank you so much, Miss Fortune. I don't know, maybe Mr. Salami have anything to say regarding this project. So I believe you've gone through it, and I don't know if you have any contribution, sir. I would love you to share.
All right, thank you very much, Israel. And sorry I joined late. I was actually in another meeting. So the other thing I would like to say, I think Fortune dropped. Okay, she's still here. So hi Fortune, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, sir. Thank you very much.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. I said I'm doing very well, sir.
All right. So can you please share your stuff? Yeah. As the facilitator has rightly said, you've done a good job, right? But sometimes hierarchy also matters most. I think that's the person I just picked from your presentation. So I think go to the next slide. Not this one. Not this one. No, this one is. I like the process flow. I like this. This is good. Excellent. Not this one. I like this. No, go back to that one. The previous one. This is very, very good, right? This talks about total participants. Yeah. This is very, very good. Awesome job. The next one, please. So, yeah. So, phone type by gender, right? You can make that. Is it in descending order or ascending order? That'll be descending order, right? So you can have Android as first. Is it Android I'm looking at? Yeah. Okay, you make it male and female. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, so you can make that female one iOS, Android, and both, right? Do you get that part? Then for your age by phone type as well, so you can make it hierarchy. Okay, yeah, hierarchy, definitely. So there'll be 3329 for the 26 by 35 days age, then 24 13 1 by 36 and above age range. Well, aside that, I think so far your Israel has really given an apt point. So work on that and you are good. I see that you are learning a lot and I'm glad you are doing this. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you
All
very
right, thank
much.
you so much, Miss Favor. Favor again. Miss Fortune. Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's have our next presenter. Let's have Mr. Ibrahim. Time is running late, so Mr. Ibrahim, please, you have 2 minutes. Sorry for cutting the time short, but we still need to wrap up so that we can prepare for work tomorrow. Mr. Ibrahim, can we have you now? Mr. Ibrahim. Okay, so let's have our next speaker. Let's have Mr. Deni. Mr. Deni, could you please share your screen and walk us through your presentation? Mr. Deni Godwin. Mr. Deni Godwin, could you please unmute your mic and walk us through your data analysis projects? All right, thank you so much. I can see your screen coming up. Are you speaking already? I'm struggling to hear you.
Okay. Good evening. Can you
Good
see
evening,
my
sir.
screen now?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. 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 This is just the title is the Brit Online Business Associate Reports. That's for April and May 2024. Okay, the introduction. So this exam project is focuses on the Brit Online Associate Business Report for the period of 2 months, April to May. Then online work, also known as remote job, is work that can be done entirely online. Example of that kind of job is giving graphic design, content writing, and transcriptions and social media, etc. It is a flexible way of working without being in the four corners of the of building. Office building. So that's all about the introduction. And the scope of work on the remote work analysis the project focuses on the following: the gender distribution analysis. We have the phone type used in online activities, the number of hours committed to remote work daily. We have age by phone type. We have the daily response trend. We have most used social media and the distribution. We have monthly income by phone type. We have monthly income by gender. So that's the scope of this
project. Then data analysis limitation. There were lots of irregularities in the data collection. A lot of responses were not appropriate or related to the corresponding questions. So that's a challenge in the data. So this is a process flow. We'll have data collection, data cleaning, analysis and insights, data visualization. Then we have recommendations and the conclusions. Okay, the next slide is speaking to the raw data, how the data was given. Then why the next, because of time, though I'm still working on those things, but I just have to bring something to the table so that I can also get my own critics and work on them. So the next slide speaks to the data cleaning. This is unfortunately is larger than this page. I'm still trying to see how I can get it to fix into the page. Then the next slide is talking about analysis and insights. The following insights were derived from the data set. The first one, total number of participants, and next one, gender. The next one, total number of states. Then the most used social media. Then the total number of colors and phone types. Then this is the data visualization for Bebright Online Business Associates. So we have a gender by distribution. Okay, oh, I have removed this column, but I didn't update it here. We have gender by distribution. We have the percentage for male and female, 48 female, 51 male. Then we have the next one, we have distribution by colors, where we have blue as the most acceptable colors we use. Then we have the top 5 states. We have Lagos as the state where we have more people engaging on online activities, followed by Rivers. Then we have what's this? Distribution of social media. Then this shows the top three app that people are using. We can see the one on the topmost is WhatsApp. Then the second one is Twitter, like that. So those are the most preferred app that people are using in online business. I think they are more user friendly. So we'll have a phone type by gender. We have phone type by gender. In this case, females use more of iOS than Android. While you see male, they use more of Android, than iOS. Those are the two types of phone types we have. Then we have age by phone type. We have 18 to 25. So you can see how their usage is between iOS and phone type. iOS and Android. Then 26 to 35. They also use more of Android there, but of course, okay, phone type. The phone types are 2, so they must also use more of Android. And from above 36 also use more of Android. So by and large, we can say, okay, Android is more preferred, because in these three age brackets, we can see Android getting a higher score on both sides. So sorry. At the same time, I skip two. That is the income aspects, between below 100 and above 100. Why I did that was because I was still trying to wrap my head around how to get those missing datas, computed. But of course, I just got a clue this afternoon, and it was a bit late for me to start putting that. But of course, I was working on it before the start of this presentation, which I intend to go back and complete afterwards. So, my recommendation speaks to more activity should be deployed to WhatsApp and Twitter for more efficiencies and results. Then the next one, more concentration should be given to Lagos and River States, but most especially Lagos State, where large number of people are willing to take up remote jobs. The third recommendation is just like a bonus, but the first two recommendations are the main recommendations I have. Third one was, speaking to the irregularities in the data collection. So I said self-validations formatting should be introduced to the data collection sheets going forward, so as to guide the responses in supplying appropriate responses to the asked questions. So that is the recommendation. And as for the conclusion, remote work is one of the most effective and cost-saving ways of getting work done in most organizations in the recent times. So most graduates in the city, like Lagos are seriously embracing the opportunity. So and the last slide is saying thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Adeniyi. This is awesome. I want to appreciate the time you put together to achieve this. I'll be very brief with the summary and the feedback. All right. Now, let's of course take me to your title. The first slide, please.
Okay.
This is actually a great job, yes. But I want to start by the title. When you look at this title, Beverage Online Business Associate Reports, I will still be very frank to tell you that this title does not really captures the entire data. The data contains a lot of columns. So, what this title, yes, I actually understood also, and I love the fact that you're able to tie all your charts, all the other slide back to this title. Yeah. But also, I've also gone through the data set. I've also worked on it, but it's still not capturing the data. So if you are provided with a data set, the title must capture a considerable amount. And even though if you don't want to capture a considerable amount from the data, because the data can be very large, in the sense that you may just need some specific columns to work with. So you need to be able to tie it back to the questions. You already have questions. So from those questions also, you can draft a title that answers some questions, because the question I gave you actually does not capture all the columns. Yes. The question I gave you, if you remember very well, does not capture all the columns. There are even some columns that have car, something like cars, your favorite car, but the question does not capture it. So you can also derive questions alongside from the question. At least you can derive your title. So this title focuses on, we are saying business, online business associates, online, and your data is not captured. Because when you say online business, so that means I want to be saying from your data set, is there any column that tell us hybrid, on-site, remote? Is there any column that tell us like job roles? Like all those significant affect and significant columns that really speaks about online businesses? Of course, no. Of course, no. But I would love to just walk around the title so that we have a more suitable title and focus more on the data and the question. All right, to the next slide, sir. Okay,
Okay.
so having this introduction, yes, I love this fact. I love the fact, but I would love this introduction to be very short, simple, and straightforward. It's very long, so I was struggling to capture each line, capture each moment. So for me, I just love it to be very simple, and I love the fact that you did something. Your title and introduction aligns well. Yes, your title and your introduction aligns well, but don't be deceived that both still does not focus more on the data. So why didn't be have why didn't be the title focus more on data? I believe introduction also will focus more on the what on the home page on the so okay to the next slide. So I actually understood this and I love the way you walk us through your project. Yes, it's a great job. So you're just talking about work online. You're just like online work, online work. Okay, well that's fine. Go to the next slide. So scope of work. And now you now mention limitation. Now look at it. Let's look at it in this aspect. You want to present a data analysis project. And the first thing after introduction is you are telling us the fault. I would have loved you to share with me the strengths of the visual, like what you have seen, the positive impact we've made. Yes, maybe the fast growing this, the that. So let's know before you now start giving us, the back and forth, the hookup, the gaps from the data. So now you are giving us the limitation. So I would love this slide to be at the tail end. After conclusion, sorry, after recommendation, that's where we need recommend limitation. After you recommend, oh, the company should do this, or the organization should do this, or the government should do this, or we should do that. So limitation will now come what after. You now tell them, oh, I want to do this, but because of this, I'm unable to. That's the limitation. Are you there? So please let this slide be at the tail end after recommendation. So we have recommendation, limitation, and conclusion. Conclusion is the final remark. All right, so let's move to the next slide so you can adjust that. So to the next slide, yes, we already said this. To the next slide, to the next slide. So just go to slide 8. Yeah, slide 8. Let's have it from slide 8. Yes, I actually understood all this. Slide 8. Slide 8. 8. Good. So slide 8, when you say analysis and insight, I'm just saying total number of participants. And what is that number? What is the total number? So you just like left me. So please, and when you say total number of states, most use social media. So I'm not seeing the figures or the numbers or the value. I'm seeing
Okay.
gender. So it's like incomplete. Yeah, it's like incomplete. You say phone types, you don't mention any. So it's almost like incomplete. And also when you are saying analysis and insight, you can put it on a card visual, just like the way Miss Fortune. I don't know, maybe you were able to watch a session. So just put it in what in card visuals. Oh, total number of participants. It's not even participants, total number of responses. Because from the slide, from the question, you already told us that this is a form collected, collected data from responses. So it's not like participants. It's not like we did an event and people came around. So it's not like participants. So like number of responses. So that still carries a lot of meaning regarding the data now. So, so your insight, please let it captures the numeric values or let it captures the entire values. When you're saying total number of responses, let's see the number. Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 100? Is it 500? So let's see the number and so on and so forth. All right, so let's move to slide 9 where we have your visual. So this is your visual. Yes, looking good. I love the color psychology, color code. I mean, so just using one range of colors. Say this looks nice. But there's a lot of correction I have here for you. A lot of correction. Number one is look at this. You can bring your cursor around it. This distribution by color. Distribution by color. Now look at it. It will take me, I don't know, maybe hours for me to digest this long. I don't know what is going on actually. It will take me a very long time for me to understand this. And the same thing also appears to distribution of social media. Please, I've told you. Number one, line chart is not the best chart for you to use. And also, when you are doing distribution by color, please limit it to top three colors, top four colors, top five colors at max. But now I'm seeing more than, please. It will take me a lot of time for me to be able to process this long information and derive meaningful insights. So you don't need to give us up. In the world, we have like, I don't know, maybe let's say we have 100 colors. What if people have filled the other colors and then you want to present all the hundreds on the chart? How will it look like? Of course, it doesn't look, just give us the top 3, top 5, or top 7, and that's all. Let's digest that. We can easily make decision from that. We just want to know how our data is faring. That makes much more sense. So that's what appears to other charts. So please, and also just work on these charts. Yes, so there's a lot of modification I actually have here. So please, from previous corrections, modification, please work around it and make something much more, better than this. I trust you for this, and I can't wait to see that. I believe I'm done with you. I'm done. So you can just work on these corrections and you can share your corrections with me, and then I approve it, and then you can move on sharing it on your social media handles so others also can benefit from it. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is a great job. It's a great job. Thank you so much. So you can stop sharing. So you did that. It was not actually funny. Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, are you ready to go now? Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, is it possible for you to make your presentation just 2 minutes? Mr. Ibrahim, just 2 minutes. And then we
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Thank God for this time. Okay, so let me start by sharing my screen.
Please, 2 minutes. Is it possible? Please, 2 minutes. So I can relax us to go and read. So I can relax us to go and read. Tomorrow is Monday. Everybody must be in office.
Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. Yeah. Hello, sir.
I'm waiting for you. We are waiting for you. Share the screen. We are all waiting for you. You can share the screen.
So I can't phantom where to share the screen on my laptop here.
Okay, Miss Amori, do you want to share your screen? Why I help Mr. Ibrahim later. So Miss Amori, if you can share your screen now, yes, please go ahead. So Mr. Ibrahim is very simple when you want to share your screen. You will see that cursor at the middle of your Microsoft, I said Microsoft, of your Google Workspace. You see it. Miss Amori, are you ready? So if Mr. Amori is not ready, so Mr. Ibrahim, can you see this present now on it? It looks like an arrow up. It looks like an arrow up. Have you seen it? Just check it. So you are going to do it later. Have you seen that arrow?
Yes, I've seen that.
Good. So we are going to do that later after Miss Omori. Miss Omori, okay, please, let's have you now. Miss Omori, yeah, bring your cursor to the down. No. Bring your cursor down. Yeah, click on hide. Just go to the PowerPoint. 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 The PowerPoint is down. Yes. Fire on. Please, everybody should go and learn how to present screen. If you get a job remotely, how do you present your work to your foreign clients? Is how you be doing. So please, are you there? Mr. Mori, I cannot hear you.
Good evening, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, it's better now. You're welcome. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Omari. I'm here to present this mini project. So the title of the project is Data Analysis Report. I just got the idea based on when I saw data. Something I just felt is on data plan sales report. That's why I named it, and I labeled this red color because I just felt it's about data. So next introduction. This sub-project seeks to delve into the thrilling world of data plan sales reports for 2 months, April to May 2024, where information from the data set given tells the story of trend and preferences in Nigeria states. Next, problem statements.
Please, can you just summarize? It's like you are reading. Please
Okay, just summarize everything.
Exactly.
Okay. The study aspires to uncover the key segments and insights within the data plan sales. Then process workflow, got the data then data gathering, data collection, next data cleaning, analysis and insights, data visualization, recommendation. Then this is screenshot of the unclean data. The unclean data. Next, then data cleaning processes. First, I did sort and filter for blank, reformat test, apply conditional formatting. Then I formatted the table to a standard Excel worksheet. You can get that from this, which is this one. This is a clean data set. This is a clean data set. Then insights and analysis again, I just total revenue, sum the total average, total sales, total savings, total number of transaction. Once I went ahead to do data visualization, which is this one, distribution by color. Distribution by color, where the highest here is red. Then phone type by gender. For male and female, 100. Then both 2%, female and male for iOS. Then next, gender by distribution. I'm coming. Okay, gender by distribution. This is male 52%, then female 48%. Below or less than 100,000 by phone type. Then this is it. Then below 100,000 by gender. This is the charts. Then this one, age by phone type, 26, as you can see. The 26 to 35, which is young adults, they are the highest. Then top 5 states, where Lagos is the highest state. These are the top 5 states. Then okay. Then daily response trend, how they responded from 28 April to as at 5th May 2024. Then once I this was at the monthly savings, just got some insight from Slicer. Then went ahead for recommendation. Okay. Then this one, distribution of social media, just the top 10. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp. Oh, I just did all of them. I grouped all of them then. Above 100,000 by phone type, above 100,000 by gender, top 5 states, age by phone type. Went further for recommendation. The says as at from April 28th, you can see it from here. The sales from 28th to 30th was fair, it was okay. But from the new months, it's reduced. So if they can do some discounts then, so that the price can increase. So that's just what I did for the recommendation. Then next, then thank you. I think that's all.
All right, thank you so much. I enjoyed your presentation. I have a few questions to ask. It's not like a question, but I believe from these data sets we've done, you too, you've seen some areas you just need to work on.
Yes.
Yes. So please, I want you to work on it. Yeah. And also, I don't know why you're laughing when you're presenting. So I don't know if you're presenting to your manager, to your boss, to directors. Please, let's I don't know. So please just work on yourself, right? So that you don't start asking questions unnecessary from you. So just try to compose yourself and then you give your very best. Thank you so much, Miss Amare. I want you to work on all the corrections. They're very, very important. All right, so let's take Mr. Ibrahim, class rep. Can we have you now? Can you share your screen?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ibrahim, share your screen.
Okay, oh, please give me access to do that, sir.
You have access. Everybody have access. Somebody just stop sharing now. Everybody have access. Okay. Somebody just stop sharing now. Like, no.
Am I on?
All right, I can see your screen now.
Okay. Good day. Please, for time emphasis. Why now? For time emphasis, let me just go straight to the this is my topic. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you. So the survey is on social media marketing. The company want to look at where to channel their resources, power, and energy towards so that they can make more sales. So the data was given for me to work on, which I try my best to work on it. And
I'm saying it again.
sorry for that. And due to time, the work was done with Excel, and problem statement was there. The process workflow, the original data, I cleaned the data, and I have a process data. So and I gave an analysis and insight into the data, and I gave my data visualization recommendation, and I concluded. So for time purpose, this is the flow chart, and this is the unclean data as it was given to me. I did one or two things using my Excel skill to clean up the data. So duplicates were removed from the data, and using Excel formula, I trimmed and took away text and spaces. So cleaning processes was done, and it gave me a clean data, which you can see on your site. So the insight, let me go straight to the insight. The insight I gained from the data are these. We have 132 participants who participated in the online survey, and it spanned to 23 states, and their average monthly income of the correspondents 264,000 naira. They have we have group staggering amount on the amount spent on weekly basis on internet average to 275 2,755 million, and average hour used on daily basis on social media was 9 hours, and this reflected the kind of life the participants are living. So let me go straight to the visualization. I came up with this visualization, so which is showing me that more male participated in the survey than female. So I have another one here showing the male that uses Facebook more. So 68 male uses Facebook, while 64 female uses Facebook. Likewise, for Instagram, is almost the same thing for the male and the female. While 61 male uses WhatsApp, and 60 female uses WhatsApp. So this is another one. The top 5 states, I have 42% going to Lagos State, while 18% is for Rivers. The next state is Edo, 11%. Oh, sorry. The next state is Ogun, 15%, while 14% is for Oyo, 11% is for Edo State. So this is the visualization. And another one which is significant here, the color of products that is mostly preferred is blue, having 37, while black is having 21, which is following up. Because of time, the recommendation, I placed my recommendation on 4 key aspects. 4 key aspects. The first one is on the type of phone being used by the participants, and the highest participants, which I said earlier, were male, and more male utilizes Android phone. So I'm recommending to this company to focus more on Android phone if they are bringing out any any application or anything. So the Android phone should be considered first. Another one, more male participated in this thing, more male. It means more male uses Android phone. So if they want to bring out any, if the company is bringing out any product, it should be more, it should be male inclined. So next one is the platform. The best platform to use is Facebook, because Facebook is standing out as the primary platform which most of the respondents are using. The location, which is my third point here, the location is Lagos. It should be more, it should focus more on Lagos, because Lagos has the highest population of users. More male, Lagos, more male, Android and Facebook. So the conclusion here, strategically, if the company wants to bring out anything, they should focus more on Lagos and focus, they should make it male inclined. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. This is a whole lot. I want to appreciate the time you put together to achieve this. So, Mr. Ibrahim, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do. Yes, you've done great. Yes, you've done great. But what I just observe is like they are just also very new to data, and we are also here to learn. So please, I would just love you to work more on yourself, understand the data sets, and then you're able to, I believe you'll be good to go. So I believe that. And also from others, recommendation, correction, modification, please work on those corrections and then apply it to your charts. I believe that will give an edge. I want to appreciate everyone who have presented their projects tonight. I would not be mentioning names: Mr. Patrick, Mr. Labi, Mr. Demian, Miss Fortune, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Denny, Ms. Omori. I want to greatly appreciate you for presenting your project, and I believe we've learned one or two things tonight. So sorry for keeping you like to this point. And I want to appreciate all those who have also joined. Miss Benedict. Miss Benedict, are you sorry? It's like you enroll for cohort 3. Miss Benedict, am I right? Are you on mute, mic? Miss Benedict. Hello, Miss Benedict, am I right? Okay, maybe she cannot hear me. Okay, so please, I want to appreciate all those who are joining, who are not part of cohort 2, or did they fit to wait till this moment. Mr. Conde, yes, I also want to appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much. I believe this time you're going to get value for it. Please, let's keep it working. Let's keep it, keep working on data set. Miss Benedict, are you ready now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening. Yes. It's like you enrolled for cohort 3.
I joined newly and I've not been taught. I'm just listening and watching. So
Okay.
I think I am in the wrong group
No, you're not.
because
Yeah.
it's causing the mind that I should be taught, at least put on the no, and now giving assignments. Because everything is just sounding Greek. But I know I will do well.
Of course. Okay, Miss, I actually understood Miss Benedict. Miss Benedict enrolled for cohort 3, but the link was shared on the general group. So she just click on the link and here she is. And then she's seeing presentation, project, analysis, and everything was just like a bit strange. So Miss Benedict, yes, you're in the right place. So nothing is strange at this point. Just try to absorb the ones you can absorb. You too, very soon, you too will come up with something like this. So it's not actually too difficult. I'm here to pilot you on this journey. So just feel free. Your class will start very soon. Are you there, Ms. Benedict? And then I'm going to walk you through from beginner's phase to where you'll be able to also present and showcase your data analysis project. So please don't feel too bad. Are you there? All right, thank you so much to all those who have joined this session. I want to congratulate you and appreciate you for doing this with us. This is awesome. This is great. This is nice. But you have given me an impression, a lasting impression that you can do better than this. So please, I'd love to see you at the top. presenting your data analysis projects to stakeholders, managers, top people in there. And I can't wait to celebrate you as you embark on this journey. Thank you so much, that girl, for now. Don't bother dropping your needs. I believe you've done a great job. Take care of yourself. See you in the next class. Bye.